just a sneak preview because it's not entirely ready, the new workplace. I think it's never ready, but to show you what's not ready, you're just part of the big still needs flooring, some painting in the ceiling there. But let me show you what's already done. I've shown some some photos of the parts. Maybe you've already seen them. Lots of Okay, maybe this is better. Audio input recording. Okay, maybe this is better. No, this is not it. Is this the one? Okay. I wasn't paying attention. Okay. So I think this is the one. Okay. Still, this camera and the mic isn't that great, of course, but okay, will do. It seems to have automatic volume setting, so I think it shouldn't be too loud. Automatically sets itself. What you were hearing a second ago was my headset, which I use for playing Fortnite and other games. It has a mic, and it was using that mic, and it's half a meter from me, so it didn't pick up much. So, yeah, Steve, that was one of the mandatory parts, of course, the air conditioning. Yeah, it's about 21 Celsius here, so that's great. No, not on this spectrum, no. Okay, I think I missed some messages. Let me have a look for a second. Okay, let's get back to where we were. I was talking about what was not finished, what is not finished, and I won't show everything at this moment. Because it's not finished completely. So one of the things is the part next to ByteDelight headquarters, which needs some flooring and some painting. Will be finished soon. Yeah, I know. Deja vu. Yeah. Okay, where were we? So I showed this part, all the parts, lots of parts. Okay, and I've shown you the manual soldering place here, which I often use for prepping all kinds of things, of course. This will be the place for the pick and place machine, which I hope will be in about a month. I hope. I'm not sure. Some printers, some overstock of boxes, and some still have spectrums in it. Not sure which one. Those are all the repairs. I will do a couple in a moment because I've kept people waiting for weeks now. Yeah, sorry, Frank. Here it's okay. So if you want to have a good afternoon, and ping me, and maybe you can be here for a minute. You live nearby, I know. So, and these are all the tests and development places. So I do the programming of the programmable chips here, and then I do some testing there. And repairs, of course, so testing for repairs, and maybe there will be a second soldering station there, so I can do repairs on the fly. Will be a lot easier. This is some cables there. This is the place, the corner where I pack all the stuff. So all the ready-made products are on the shelves here. I try to keep up, but as you may have heard, I had a kind of a small backlog for about 2-3 weeks. I'm almost catched up completely now. So the Harlequin kits are about the last things of that. And I keep, like in a restaurant, I keep my my orders here, so I can continually see that I don't have time to relax. I have to work day and night. So all the orders are here, and these are the repairs from the people who've been waiting for so long. I really hope everything will be ready and very shortly. So only the seven orders are remaining here. Some Harlequin kits, some diff MMCs, which I crafted today. So that shouldn't be that much work. Let me have a look. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, I've been outside today. I've been done some shopping. We had a good dinner 2 hours ago.
So I know it's hot, but fortunately it's not hot here. It's really a good workplace. Oh, of course, what I installed a couple of days ago are, how do you call it? In Holland we call it rolgordijnen, but I'm not sure what the English word is. Because if I open these, I cannot see anything. I'm blinded by the light. So really needed these, and I tried several types, so spent too much money on them. But at the end I got them from IKEA, and these work great. So there's absolutely no light coming in this way, so it keeps a lot of heat outside, and I can play Fortnite when it's sunny outside. It's bad, I know. Oh, roller blinds. Okay, thank you. Blinds. Yeah. Okay. I know. Blinds. So, what do you want to see more? There's a lot of stuff underneath here. I've got a couple of shelves. As you may have noticed, okay, some sneak details. Then there are no legs underneath the desks, except for the ones that go to the back. So I can easily sit here without any problem, and I really like it. But it's not perfect because sometimes I hit my knees and it hurts a lot. So I think I have to move some to the side. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Rollers on boxes? What do you mean, Paul? Peter, sorry. I think you have seen the IKEA hack. You mean this? This is not meant how this is not how they are meant to work. Oh, but it works. Simple solution. I like creativity, you know. I still have to also to craft some rainbow LED cases. People all have ordered them because I enabled the backlog backorder option on the rainbow cases. But it could take a couple of days because I want to prioritize some repairs now. People really have waited for so long. Not sure what to show you at this moment. Maybe oh, I posted it a lot. The Tweakers magazine. We have a ZX Spectrum on the glossy outside, and which is really great, I think. So it's kind of a retro edition of Tweakers magazine. And Bart van den Akker from the Home Computer Museum in Helmond is also featured. But I really like the article about the Harlequin kit that Sim Kaneberg ordered from me. And of course we spoke about sponsoring the article. But they didn't want to because they don't like unfair sponsoring or something. So I couldn't give them to them, but they paid me for it, and it's no problem. But it's a really great article. It's a lot of pages. I will show you. And Sim told me that he really was. How do you say it? He didn't like that the magazine was already sent to people just at the moment that Rick Dickinson died. So there's a photo of Rick, which we know very well, but it says nothing about that he passed away. But I posted it on the front page of Tweakers.net, the website, last week. So there was a good discussion on there. But another page, let me show you. And I know this ZX Spectrum because I repaired it for Sim, and you can see there's some writing on the EULA. It's my handwriting. It says OK, I think. So I shipped him this issue 2 with an issue 4 EULA because the other ones got so hot, and then back then I didn't have the heat sinks for them, so I sent him this refurbished board with the newer EULA that didn't get that hot. For more pictures, he took a really lot of pictures. You can see all the bags that we pack here. can show you actually. Let me see if the cable is long enough. So here I have one of the Harlequin kits with all the labeled parts. It's not complete because the chips are missing, so I'm preparing the chips in a second. Oh, Peter, Twiggers is one of the I think the largest hardware and computer related website in Holland. Let me put it here. Yes. It's 99% Dutch, so it's really for the Dutch people, and there's a lot on there. So all discussions in Dutch about new hardware. There's a really a huge forum there, are on Tweakers.net. So I know I created a couple of large forum topics about SSDs, for example, and about the Intel Core 2 architecture, and that was 10 years ago, I think, 2008, I think, something like that. I really spent a lot of time on discussing the new architecture and some flaws with the heat spreader, for example, that didn't fit well in the first batches of the Core 2 CPUs. So Tweakers is a really nice place to discuss anything about computers and related. They also talk about pancakes and relation problems and divorces and all kinds of things, but mainly it's computer related, mainly. Okay, a couple of more pages about the Harlequin kit. Really nice. Maybe it's cool to see that this Tweakers magazine is not completely Tweakers magazine. If you flip it over, it's the hardware.info. I think Hardware Info is an international company, I think, but they have a Dutch YouTube channel on which they review lots of stuff people like. It's not completely my interest. It's more like new routers and smartphones and that sort of things. But I really like the PC and ZX Spectrum hardware, of course. So it's a duo magazine. Oh, it's in that way. But of course, I'm really happy with the featuring of the Harlequin kit. I didn't get any orders at the moment from Dutch people, but maybe that will change in a couple of days, and I'm sure we'll see. It's not that everybody reads this because it's only for paid subscribers of Tweakers.net, which makes the site ad-free and that sort of thing. But I think I've read that a couple of more people have subscribed to Tweakers because of this edition of the printed magazine. So I hope that's enough for now. The full video about the new headquarters here will come somewhere in the next weeks. Of course, there must be a lot of work must be done as well. And at the moment, I will continue on the Harlequin kit. Cyber Coffee, you must have ordered something from me. I'm not sure. Oh, Michael. Hi, Michael. Not sure what you ordered because I get dozens of orders every week. You'll probably say that in a second, I guess. I'll put a camera on top here. You can watch what I'm doing, and of course, just continue asking me anything if you like. And I will turn on the music again. Otherwise, you just have to listen to me all the time. You don't want it. Oh, you can see my head. Sorry. Is this better? I think it's better, yeah. Alright. Hi Frank, not for the Mini, but I will create a new version of the Mini with the features of the Pro 1 in the near future, but it depends on the time I have. And maybe for the new version I will make a case, but the main problem for a case with the Mini is that it will not fit in a letterbox anymore, so I have to ship it as a package, and it will make everything a lot more expensive. That's a problem. But but who knows? I'm not sure. Maybe I will create something. I'm not sure. In the meantime, I have to create a case for the KMOS interface, KMOS Turbo. People are waiting for that as well. And of course the new attempt, I must say attempt, because I'm not sure yet if it's going to be anything, the portable ZX Spectrum. I'm thinking about creating a portable ZX Spectrum starting with a Raspberry Pi Zero and an LCD specially made for Raspberry Pi. I think it's touchscreen. I will put a power bank underneath, and I will use a simple USB gamepad as controller. And I have recreated ZX Spectrum here, so to start with, I will use that for input of the operating system. We'll probably run some Linux distribution. Maybe let me have a look if the audio is still okay. Yeah, I think so. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe a dedicated gaming emulator operating system. There are some I've heard. Oh, lots of questions about ZX HD. Okay. ZX HD audio. Well, Emre Yakli from Hungary is still looking at it, but during the last months he has been very busy as his job on the university. And at the moment they are planning on a move to a new apartment, so he is kind of busy at the moment, but we are still discussing it. He has read about using audio and audio algorithms that are available for the Raspberry Pi Zero. We're not sure yet what the options are, but I think we will get there, for at least with beeper sound on the ZX HD. Pi Zero board for a Spectrum case. Well, there is one. I've seen that. I've discussed it with the guy. I'm not sure what his name was. So someone has made a board which fits in a ZX Spectrum case where you can put on a Raspberry Pi Zero. So I'm really curious about that. I'm not sure where I left it at the moment. Simply Austin, what is that? Okay, so an emulator image, I think, Paul? I'm not sure. So a lot of things are going on at the moment, and I actually have a list of all the projects. You can see it on the screen now. We'll open the complete document. Where is it? This document. Let me have a look. So I have a document here with all the projects I am currently doing or I want to do in the future. So some of the names are Spectranet, for example. I have the boards in stock at the moment. I just didn't have time to complete them. Twisted boards, turbo sound, lots of interface I want to make. Okay, cool. Thank you, Paul. The only thing I always worry about is that if I would publish some ready-made image for an SD card for a portable ZX Spectrum, which we're talking about, then of course I'm not allowed to include games. So it's for me it's important that it's simple enough that everyone else can add games to that SD card. So it must be very straightforward for people to do that themselves. What I want to do is offer a cool case. I've posted some sketches. So a simple cool case where all the hardware fits in, and maybe I will sell the complete portable machine with the Raspberry Pi and the power bank and everything. So it's easy to charge it, it's easy to use it, but still people have to install games themselves. There's no way for me I can include an archive with games, of course. But it's easy enough to download them, and if people have an FMC already, it's of course easy to copy the archive of they have themselves to the SD card of the portable one. I'm not sure what it will be. What I'm planning is when all the parts arrive, so the LCD display and other stuff, I will do a live video with the first attempts I will make for the portable ZX Spectrum. Also the design of the case, I will show everything. It will not be a secret. But if people want to buy something, then they can. It will be on the web shop, of course. Okay, well, I may do that poll, but of course I don't want to encourage people downloading from sources that are not as legal as World Spectrum, for example. So I always reference to World of Spectrum because that's the main source where you can download games that have been verified at the publishers, that the games can be distributed for free for personal use. Anyway, I have to drink now. Water because I already had a beer with the dinner, and we'll continue on the Harken kit. Oh, I wish I could pay Peter. Not at the moment, I think. There are some shows planned, some more, one in Holland as well, in 1 week, I think. But the problem is, I'm still having the IT job. The good thing is, and I hope my manager is not watching because I have no idea if I can share this. The good thing is that we've been discussing quitting the job in a couple of months, but if there is nothing nothing really, how do you say that in English? No work that makes me happy. No work that where I can put some effort in and with a good result. Well, maybe I can just be home already for the last 3 months, and we separate our ways. So my office job and myself with a good. Okay, now we'll get my translator. Whoa. What I wanted to say is severance pay. Severance pay. Yeah. Okay. Severance pay. So when I will quit the job, we've been talking about that. I think it will be a great transition moment for me. At the moment I'm very busy, but in a couple of months I can focus completely on ByteDelight and with some benefits. So redundancy, I'm not sure that was the word I was looking for, but anyway, when that's done and when sales are good enough, I think I can attend some more shows. Yes, I really like it. In the UK, in Portugal, anywhere. If I can, I will, of course. I know, for example, that the Spectrum 35 was a great show for me as well, because I saw a real lot and got lots of attention there, and really liked being there. And Thomas Alberta did a great job organizing that event. Okay, let's get to Frank. What is asking? Did you ever test the Pro One to work with it? Ah, yes. Sorry, Frank, I didn't reply to your Facebook question. I know you've asked it, but I didn't have time yet to respond. I really, believe me, I'm continuously working. So if I'm not working, I'm spending time with the kids. But until late in the evening, and all the free moments I have, I'm working here to get the backlog done. Okay, Timex Computer 2068. I think that's the Portugal version. I have one here somewhere. Oh, it's blue. Don't know if you can see it. It's here. Oh. There it is. I think you can see it. So that's oh no, that's okay. That's a Timex Sinclair. So that's the American version, I think. And the Timex Sinclair version doesn't have the edge connector compatibility. So you need a twister board for the version I have here. But I think the Timex computer, I'm always confused. The Timex computer version has a compatible edge connector. Let me have a look for a second. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the Timex Sinclair is the version in the US, and the Timex computer is the version in Portugal with the compatible edge connector. The wiki page doesn't make it clear, but I've read it somewhere. I'm always confused about it. Alright, so I think it should work. Yes, okay. Yes, so it should work. I haven't tested myself because I don't have one here. Maybe I have, I think, from Ricardo from Portugal. I still have to repair some stuff from him. It's in the large box behind me. So I don't think there's any problem testing it, because the edge connector should be compatible. The only thing I'm not sure is if all the signals are identical and that sort of thing, because there is another type of ULAN in there. But I don't think there's anything wrong with testing it. And if something fails after your test, then sorry, Steve. And one issue, it only depends on the CPU, I think. Yeah. Okay. Sometimes I ask my wife not to do the washing when I'm working here, but at the moment the one is running in, of course, yes. Yeah, it's not ready yet. It's a Turkish one, the new Biko brand, and and it's making a lot of noise when it's centrifuging. But it's a good one. We had some problems at the beginning because we were using too much washing powder. So we got all the soap, and the machine didn't centrifuge at the top speed. And we thought the machine was bad, and we were complaining already. And someone called me from the company. I don't know how they did it. I think I sent a message to them and included a YouTube video which I thought was private, but I made a mistake, and everybody could see that on my channel. So some Spectrum people were watching the video about washing machine. yeah, Peter. Yeah, come on. Somebody has to do it. Okay, I will place a door in here. I always wanted a glass door here in between, so I will do that in the future. But the benefit of not having a door here is that the people downstairs also benefit from the air conditioning, because the heat gets up and is being cooled down. So the whole house is cooler than the outside. Okay, let me get to the Harlequin kits finally, because people are waiting, waiting for some live repairs. I promised someone. Just have a look at Facebook before I continue with that. Yeah, sorry. Oh, okay. I think I'm talking to Ricardo, but he's not watching the video, the stream, so there's no point in talking to him. watching a photo of René van Egmond with a lot of flowers. Not sure where he is. With the old Mercedes, really nice car, and his new hire a dog. Well, anyway, let's get back to the Harken kids. Oh, if you want to do that, Frank, of course, I will be very glad with it. Just let me know on the PM what you want for it, for the TC 2068. I really would like one, because I can test all the interface I produce on it, of course. Okay, we'll put on the video again. And I will, yeah, I think you can you, is the music not too loud? I think the great thing is that it automatically pushes down the music. Oh no, it doesn't. I thought maybe when I start talking, but it doesn't respond to that. Okay. I won't put it louder then, but here you have some music in the background. Okay, thank you. Sorry, that's a hay fever. Great. Okay, let's continue with Harken Kids. Oh, and in the future I will also feature a lot of streaming with features of, for example, Syncope testing and that sort of thing. I have a lot of equipment here that needs to be tested and and I want to show you everything about it. So how it looks inside. If it needs repairs, I will show you. I would really like doing that, because I think. There are not that much YouTube channels with reviews of that in-depth coverage of retro machines. So I would really like to share it with you in the future. And of course I like having a YouTube channel that it's viewed a lot. At the moment, doesn't matter if it's viewed a lot for monetizing, because I'm not monetizing because of the new rules. I need 1,000 subscribers, and I'm at 800, I think, somewhere around that. So that's not the reason I want to make the videos. I just want to broaden the channel and create more ways of reaching people with the products I make. And I have to in the future, because as I said, in 3 months I will do this full time. And I need a good income, of course, because I have to pay my house and cars and the food and everything, and the washing machine. So it must be a success. But my experience from the last 3 years is that I don't think I need to worry a lot, because I have my hands filled with work at the moment, and I'm not even offering all the products I have on all channels, like lots of parts or interfaces that are offered on Satisfaction.shop, and not even offered on eBay and on my website. Yeah. So I'm at 750 then. I thought I had more. No. Okay. Okay, well, let's sing. You don't want me to sing. My kids don't want me to sing. So I guess other people don't want to anyway. Hi, Sky, I think. Sky. Not sure if I know you. Let me have a look. How many do I need? 16 of these. You didn't see that, Steve, did you? Oh god, that's really bad. I guess you won't order a Harlequin kit from me. I'm very sorry about that. Okay, I don't like this. I don't want you to see my feet. Is this better? No, it's not. No, what I don't what I don't like is standing on small stones in the backyard. So last week we started to get the backyard ready for the summer. We have a lot of fruit plants there, so apples, raspberries, figs. I really like our fig plant. It's huge every year, and we make 40 to 50 pots of jam from the fig. But need some care, of course, some time. So we get all the what's it called in English? Oh man, let me have a look. I meant to say all the weeds from the garden. Oh, where's the stream? Sorry. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Sky, actually I am. No, I don't have shy toes here. It's just, I think, some kind of intimate part, don't you think? Well, anyway, let's not talk about intimate parts in this video. Yes, Sky, I am. Yeah, okay. Xavier is already telling you. I've posted some sketches on actually from some 3D drawings on Facebook with the plans there for the Pro XL, the new interface which will come in a couple of months, as I always need to say, which will include ZX HD, different MC with 2 joystick ports. What am I forgetting? ZX AY, I think, and some optional bass to on which you can select either, for example, SpectraNet or Kempson mouse or something as an optional add-on. And it will have the looks of the Disciple interface from the past, because I think that's the best way of adding all that interface, all the parts to the ZX Spectrum, because if you put it in an interface back of the Spectrum, it will be way too large, way too huge. So underneath the Spectrum is a lot better. I already made some drawings. Will be some challenges for example, to keep the price low for the case, but we'll get working on it later. It all everything depends on my employer at the moment, I think. 16, 2, didn't notice too much. So I hope I will get away from that job very soon. I think I will. If I don't think if I don't think I will get away from there soon, I won't even making these videos at the moment, because attracts a lot of attention, of course, streaming live. And my main goal is to reach more people. So yeah, I hope in a couple of weeks I can say that I'm doing this full time. Maybe some months, but we will see. Yeah, keep an eye on Facebook. If you I'm not sure if you're on Facebook, but I will post most of the details on Facebook, and otherwise I will post it on my website, ByteDelight.com, which should be on the screen somewhere. But you probably are here because of Facebook. I'm not sure. If I keep talking this much, I will never finish these kits. And I'm definitely not working efficiently at the moment because of the thinking. Harlequin kits, Peter, Harlequin kits, which will fit nicely in your cases. These are only the sockets for the chips. Sometimes my wife assists me with preparing the kits, handing me the parts that I ask for. But she has her own job. Not that much hours, but still she does cooking mainly, so I can focus on work mainly. So at the moment it's work. I'm ready already. Work, kids, and Fortnite. No, that's not true. It's more like work and Fortnite. And maybe I'm abusing Fortnite to spend time with my kids. Or kid, I should say. I'm not sure if you should purchase one, Peter. I didn't say that. You're welcome, of course. Well, I think the best thing of the Harlequin kit is you can really assemble your own sonic spectrum, and it works very good. So if you want to, if you have any experience with a soldering iron, you must be able to do it. Really, Peter? I must take it up to him then. Okay, next part. 28 pin, I think. Yes. Oh, 20 pin first. 20 pin. Where's my 20 pin? No, it's here. Well, we have been playing Fortnite for I think 3 weeks now, which isn't that much. But But in a couple of weeks, you can really skill a lot. So at the moment, I'm not afraid anymore of people who I encounter in the game, and we're getting to the point that we just respond to other players in a good way. So of course, good for us. Because we have to hunt them down. It's a cool game. I don't like violent games like other shooters, but this game is kind of fun, and it's something else than Minecraft, for example, of course. Can hear some kids downstairs. Not sure what they're doing. Hacko soldering iron from China. Okay. Oscar, really, it's not that hard. It's you need you mainly need patience, but if you have to, if your vision is still good enough, then you must be able to assemble it, because it depends a lot on that you can see there are no shorts on the board when you're assembling it. Almost 9 o'clock here, so I think one of the kids is going to bed. She was staying over with a friend last night, so she is a bit tired. I was asking her if there had been if they were having a party or something, or I've gotten anywhere, but she's only 8, so so what's good here. There she stayed at them. Okay, last parts for the circuits. Okay. Okay. Well, Frank, I hope your eyes will get better then. I'm not sure what that is, what kind of surgery. 20 pins is ready. Yes, Kai, of course. I'm really glad that I have very sharp eyes. I can see things from miles away. So I don't need glasses myself. The only thing I need to take care of is good ventilation here when I'm soldering, because it's not good for your health, of course. But I have a couple of windows here, and we'll start with creating a creative ventilation system, and I may order a professional one later on. Yes, I have. I think a dozen of them. No, I think more. I think I've assembled 15 or 20 Harlequin kits already. And that's not much, because Miroslav Werner has definitely assembled more, I know, because he got some ready for kids, I think, for a school project or something like that. Too fast. Okay. Sounds tough, Frank. Alright, this one, the other side now. Flip them over. Then we'll get the chips on there. Whoop. We'll start with the memory. I forgot what memory is. Sorry, that was a joke. I'm not good at jokes. I know. My kids often tell it to me. But still, I try to be funny. I still feel young, very young. My kids think I'm old. I have grey hairs already, so. Okay. Thank you, Frank. HC0004. Sorry, I'm so close to the camera at the moment. 832 74. You know, it's really a lot of work to get these Harlequin kits ready, and it's not the picking of the parts, but it's sometimes I have batches of parts with some defects, and so a couple of parts. With a couple of the parts, I test all of them, all of the chips, and one of the Harlequin boards I have here. so it costs a really lot of time. But I don't want people to have defects when they assemble the board, because if you have a defect in a Harlequin kit, it's very time consuming to find what is wrong, if you only have one set of parts, of course. I have lots of sets here. Yes, I wasn't around in the 60s, no. I was born in the year Jean-Michel Jarre got out his first album, Oxygen, which I really like. And I always thought it was also the year of the first Alien movie, but I think it was in 79 or 76. Talking about Alien movies, last week, I think it was Tuesday or something, I watched Alien 3 with my son, he's 12, and he really likes the movie, so he was asking me for the third movie. So we've watched the first 3 now, and somewhere next week I think we will watch Alien Resurrection. I really like the Alien movies. Where I'm looking. Okay, back here. Where are 4? I don't know, some people think you shouldn't show Alien movies to your kids. I think it's part of their my education plan for them. Whoops. I like to have some kinds of similarities when it comes to interest with my kids. Of course, there's some different things, like music, for example. Of course, maybe there's always a generation gap with parents and the kids when it comes to music. Not sure, but well, some of the music he likes, I can like as well. Yeah, actually in the 76, yes, I played a lot. I've had some years that I played it every day in my car, and it got a little less during the last years when I started to listen to trance music. So I really like listening to State of Trance, for example, the weekly shows, and lots of other things. During the last month I listened a lot to Gareth Emery, but I think I've heard everything from him now, so it's getting a bit boring as well. But it's not the same, of course, as music from, for example, Jean-Michel Jarre, because I can still listen to that music every day. I still can, but trance music in general is interesting when new music come out, and after a while you're not listening to those anymore. I don't buy that many CDs from trance music, but I think I have everything from Jean-Michel Jarre. I even collected some vinyl records from him, but as I don't like to think of myself as a collector, I stopped with that. So I only have CDs that I can listen to in a car, for example. And of course I have everything on the computer, so that's why I say CDs for in the car, because I don't listen to CDs when I'm at home, of course. Who does? Of course, some people will, still. Not me. We have a home network which is used a lot. A lot of automated here at home. And I also recently started with Domoticad. I'm not sure if that's English. So home automation. So you can see, for example, the lights come up at the back, but if I wave, yeah, it should go on. I like that. Why not? I think because It's so useful having no switches for that. You won't forget it. It's costs less energy. Oops. I hope I won't make any mistakes now with the kids. Because I'm talking. Yeah, well, I was born in that year, Frank. But you were around. You mean you've met the what was it called? Let me have a look. Oh yeah, you've met the xenomorph, of course. You've met it. I really hope you didn't. You haven't. You know, the only way of meeting a xenomorph is when you've been impregnated with a queen yourself. You know? Oh, that's really bad what I'm saying at the moment. It sounds really bad when I'm streaming live. Anyway, I like the movies. I watched them a lot. Last week when I was watching Alien 3. You know when kids watch Disney movies, they sometimes know the complete movie sentence by sentence. And that's what I have with Alien movies. So I think it's really bad. But anyway, I've watched them a lot and I like them. Oh, you can see my eyes again. Hello! 61. um, 245. Oh, Frank. Well, I watched the first Alien movie when I was 13. I still remember it because it was 1 o'clock at night. I couldn't sleep. It was not because of the movie, but I couldn't sleep and got downstairs and my father was still awake. And it was playing on TV back then. I was 13 and you know, in that time people, movies weren't that explicit and people weren't that explicit as well. So those things scared people a lot more than it does now, because my son isn't really scared because of the movie. But when I was watching it, I still remember I was sitting on the couch with a pillow in front of me, and only sometimes I dared to watch over the pillow because it was such a scary movie. Maybe it's because I'm kind of autistic. I remember every detail, I'm not sure. But anyway, also the TVs back then weren't as detailed as now, and what this does is that it will trigger your fantasy, so you fill in the details yourself. So it just makes more impact to you than watching a movie now or an Ultra HD and you know. So yeah, it impressed me a lot. I was very scared after that. I can't remember if I slept well after that. I know I was very scared. But since then, I really like the movies, those movies. Oh, Alien 3, you mean where it's recorded? I think I really like all the Alien movies, so you will never hear from me that one of the movies isn't great. I like them all. Of course, it's not the same setting as the first Alien movie, but it's a story. It's a complete story, you know. Ripley and what's she called? Oh God, I forgot her name. Newt were rescued from the planet when they got back in Aliens, and then they crash because there still was an alien on board. And they crash on a planet with only male people, prisoners, and the kid is dead, of course. Oh man! If you watch the long versions of the movies. If you watch long movies, you can buy the Blu-rays now, and you can select either the cinema version or the director's cut or extra long version. I'm not sure what it's called. But there are some scenes that weren't there in the TV broadcasts or the cinema versions, which tell a lot more about Ripley and her life, which surprised me a lot because some details like she had a kid, and because she was so long in hypersleep in Aliens in the beginning of the movie, she slept for 70 years or something. Her daughter already died, and that's not what you hear or see in the movie in the cinema or on TV. So in the extra long versions, you hear all those details, which is really a gross extra background view of Ripley and her life. But okay, you have to like it, of course. Maybe people think I'm talking Chinese or something, not sure. There's a lot to tell about alien movies, but you have to be as sick as me to know all the details, of course. Well. Curious if the video will stay on YouTube this time, because last time I was just playing some trance music in the background, and of course the video was removed by YouTube automatically by the algorithms. It didn't surprise me because it's not the first time, of course, when you're streaming live and have music underneath your videos without license. It doesn't get removed. It's not a problem, but I hope it will stay on this time because I like to improve the videos in the future, and people can still watch them later on. And in free work print is massively different from the studio theater release. Okay. Well, I never watched Alien 3 in the cinema, so I really can tell, but what I know is that what I saw last week, there are a couple of scenes in the movie. Well, there's a really different story on the DVD in the long version than what you see on television, which surprised me really a lot. Because the version I've watched on television in the past shows when they're trying to push the xenomorph to the, what do you call it? To that room they can shut down, and close, with all the fire and so. Which goes wrong. So someone is eaten by the beast and drops its lighter, and everything goes up in flames. Anyway, when that happens, version, the only thing you see is that it went wrong and the alien is still outside somewhere. But in the long version, it's actually caught, and it got the way they wanted to caught the xenomorph wasn't how it worked out. But anyway, they've caught him. But some crazy idiot releases the beast and it's on the street again. So it's a completely different story for some parts. And it surprised me a lot. But anyway, buy the Blu-ray and watch it yourself. I don't have many Blu-rays, but I wanted to have this one because I wanted to watch the movies in the top quality with my son. Called top quality, of course. Nowadays you have 4K and I don't have a 4K television yet. Somewhere in the future maybe. Probably. I do have these HP PC displays, which I like a lot. They're not 4K, but they're way over HD. Uh, 57 2 times. I like the sound. 257, only 2 then, come on. I know, I still remember when I got my first toast rack. It was so different from the 48K, which I had used for I think 3 years or something before I got a toast rack. And I kept listening to all the chip tunes, AY tunes from the 128K games. Especially when I got my Disciple disc interface. I was able to copy a lot more games very quickly when I visited user days, and sometimes I bought some discs from some people. So I remember many tunes. Don't ask me from which games they are, but the one I just heard was from Tetris, I think. So some I can remember. Don't have time for many games. Only Fortnite. Yeah. Yeah, well, it's I think it's the best ZX Spectrum, of course, because it really has the best looks and good compatibility with lots of games and hardware. But they are quite rare, as you know. And although yesterday I reposted my photo I made a couple of years ago, 2 years ago I think, of the stack of toast rack I had back then, and I still try to keep up the stock for sales, really, not for collection. So when I come across a lot of ZX Spectrum machines, I'm mostly the only one who does a real bid on them, because people don't like to buy lots. People mostly want to buy one machine. So that's how I keep up the stock, and sometimes you collect people who collected them for a couple of years and completely quit their hobbies. I use my toast rack a lot. Did that sound wrong? I don't know, not sure. I meant to say I use it. One of my toast rack I use for testing all my interfaces I create. Yeah, of course, but you need to use it to experience how cool it is, of course. It would be a shame to just leave it somewhere. Of course, it's different when you use it as an investment. Some people may. I'm certain that some people will only collect ZX spectrums and other retro machines as an investment, or mainly because, of course, some will use one or more of their collection. If you have a completely mint boxed machine, I can imagine you want to keep it that way, and maybe in a couple of years sell it for 500 euro something. It's already sold for over 200 sometimes, box one. I still remember I was visiting a Dutch Sinclair meeting years ago, and I had a Opus Discovery disc system for sale on eBay, and there weren't many offered back then. I think I was one of the first who was offering one. Really, Peter? You have so many? But anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, the Opus disc system. I hadn't sold much of them, much stuff on eBay. I started selling stuff on eBay in 2004, I think, when just after I got married, because I needed a new battery for my Nokia 3410, the brick, you know. And I discovered that in Holland you had to pay 30 euros for a battery, and in China only 8 or something. So I ordered 10 of those batteries, used one, sold the rest. And that's what kept me, started me thinking that was a way of doing business. Anyway, this is a result, you can say, in some ways. But the Opus Discovery, that I was talking about, was sold for over 500 euros, and I really was so surprised. I still remember I was at the meeting and I was watching the bids, and there was someone paying over 500 euro for the system, and of course there must have been some other people as well bidding on the Opus. But nowadays you don't get that much for a system, the Opus Discovery. I think because a lot more people have started offering theirs on eBay, and they're a pain in the ass of keeping getting them working correctly and keeping them working correctly. Alright, so I think I have the kits ready. What I'll always do is count the number of chips, because there should be 46 chips and 46 sockets. So oh no, I'm missing one. Not sure which one. Okay, I'll look. Okay, one of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, one of those, 3 of them, 1, 2, 3, yes, 166, 174, 1, 2, 3, yes, 2 of them, 2 of those 57s, yes, 141, 74, 3 times 44, that should be all. What am I missing? Not sure. 2 is 15, 15, Ah, of course. I know. the resistor network which is missing. Hey, Yuli. Yes, I have, Frank. I have found some VLSI chips. So those are clones from the Western Digital ones. I actually had them in stock already, but I thought they didn't work. But it turned out it was. You won't believe it. I was testing with a bad floppy, a bad disk. So after I put another disk, they formatted just fine with the VLSI chips. So I know those work, and I still can get them from the same supplier. But some others didn't work, and I also thought in the past that Western Digital 1770 versions worked. Yeah, I know, Sky. But those don't work in the ByteDelight or +D or Disciple. They only work in the Opus Discovery system. Anyway, counting 2, 3, 18, 12, 15, 16, 18, yes, that's okay. It's the same. It's the same. It's the same. All right. Then build the ZX HD. Oh. What do you mean, Peter? I'm really curious about your video, Yuri. Let me know. I know there are more and more people from Russia getting original ZX Spectrums, because also, of course, there are a lot of clones on the Western European market, including Russia. Well, I think they are available, ByteDelights, aren't they? Because I put the stock on out of stock, but I think I put it back. Let me have a check. Are they still out of stock? I cannot imagine. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, I think it's somewhere in my to-do list of completing that, but I didn't do it yet. I will do it now. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. Oh. Out of stock? No, not out of stock. Come on, man. Just forgot. It's one, and the other one. Not out of stock. Nope, you're not out of stock. Inventory, in stock. Whoop. Okay. And they're in stock again. I think, yeah, they're all in stock now. In stock. Oh, one is still not in stock. We'll add it now. Ah. Oh, there's such a large backlog of things to do. It just grows and grows, you know. Okay. Now they're back in stock. All of them. Alright. Oh, you want me to assemble ZX HD? Well, I can. Peter, because I promised someone I will do some repairs, and I'm getting tired a bit, so I will start with one repair. And I have some ZX HDs on the shelf. Well, I have exactly one ZX HD on the shelf, so most probably it's already sold. Let me have a look. Yes, so I need to craft more, but not now. Sorry, Peter. I did a live video of those last week, but that was the one with the music underneath the video, so it wasn't uploaded to YouTube. Sky, no, not yet. But as I was telling something like an hour ago, it will be in a couple of months, maybe weeks already. It will be. And once it's my main job, a lot of new projects will come alive. A lot, really a lot. I have so many ideas, and when I have an idea, I don't want to keep it as an idea. I want to see the resulting product. That's how I think. That's how I work. So I've done it a couple of times. For example, with the ZX HD, I was thinking it should be possible to use a Raspberry Pi with the GPIO port connecting to the ZX Spectrum to sense changes in the video output and mimic the output to HDMI buffer. And well, we just did that with the ZX HD. So that's how IDs should work, I think. So now they're complete, almost. Yeah, I'm also planning repairing and producing for other platforms, but it depends a lot on time, of course. I already have parts for example, the Atari Ultimate cartridge for the 600 and 800 models in that series, but I still didn't have time to finish that batch of interfaces. Let me have a look. Yeah, and it annoys me a lot because I promised that people that the interface will come, and yeah, it's a matter of time and priorities, and I wish I could just say, well, I should prioritize it and get it ready, but it's not that simple, because when you have a shop and offering a lot of products and people buy them, I really am obliged to ship the orders within a couple of days and not keep people waiting. Even not for exotic things like the rainbow LED case, for example, and lots of other things like used cases and which need to be cleaned and get a new membrane and that sort of things. Sorry, Peter, I still sell them. You know, some people like original stuff. I really like the what do you call them again? Replica cases, of course. That's what I was looking for. I really like the replica case as well, and you know that. But I sell a lot of 48K boards separately, so I also have a lot of empty cases. And since you can get for example, the matte faceplates now, I really like to sell the rubber cases with the new faceplate, new membrane. And they still sell very well. I'm in the other corner now. You cannot see me. Oh man, it doesn't fit. Okay, how can I solve this? Let's just push it a little harder. Yeah, yeah, it fits. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, it fits. Oh, what was it? Not sure. Okay. Well. Now I will get to this box. And I really hate it that he has waited for so long. I think it's about ready. But I have to test it, and testing I will do in the other corner, so I think I will move the camera. What do you mean with YouTube radio? You mean I'm having a radio station at the moment? Oh, well, I've seen it, and Gideon is a Dutch guy, Sky. So, what I think, the first thing I thought is, how on earth did one guy develop that complete board by himself? I think what I read is, I didn't read that much, but what I think is that he did it completely himself, which is a really awesome. Job result. Sky. So I think it's great. I'm not sure how compatible it is, and if it works completely as it should. But it's a great job. I first heard about Gideon from Ricardo Saraiva from Portugal, because Ricardo gets a lot of parts, and he does repairs by Gideon for his Commodore machines. So it's great that those kind of things are still developed, and sometimes I think there's more interest in the machines than in 1995 or something, because people now have money for buying such a board. I think, what is it, 200 euro or something, the board? I'm not sure. It's not cheap, of course. But it's great that it's developed, and of course there are other products like the mini Commodore 64 with the fake keyboard. I like the looks of it, but it's not a real Commodore 64, of course. Anyway, there are a real lot of developments going on. We'll get to the other side because I have to test the repairs now. Can I put it here? Ah, yeah, it works. Yes. I think it's great. Okay. Inputs, which one was it? Inputs. Where's the input here? There is here. Right. So let's get to this side. And I put in the main switch. Maybe it's possible. I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think so. Power. expecting keyboard, by the way. So I can reply to the stream from here. Let's see if we can find my password. Yes, it works. Great. Ah, I can see myself now. Okay. Can you still hear me, guys? Because the camera is over there. Alright. I need some cardboard. Do I have some... Great. Okay. Just for dimensions, because the keyboard is metal, from metal. So if I put it on the main board, it will most probably cause some damage. I don't want it. Alright. Does it fit? Yes, it fits. Can you also you can see I really like my chair because I can move all the way. It's really fun, I think. I have two of them. Sometimes when my wife's helping or something, she can sit next to me. There's plenty of space here. Okay. Now, I'm not sure where I left when I was fixing this machine. So what I have to do is just use my checklist. And I think you go on a ZX HD as well, so I have to test it. The only stupid thing is that I don't have a ZX HD on my test desk. That is stupid, I think. So I have to get one from the box. Okay, next thing is pencil, scissors. Okay. Of course, the ZX HD. So I have to check where I was with this repair. The machine already works again. But I need to know if everything works as it should. Okay, Sky, see you later. Bye. Oh, bye. him. Nice. It's nice. It's very nice. Perfect, sharp picture. I really like this HSD. Stop. Okay. Let's have a see. Let's have a look. The patch connector is clean, driver food not applicable. RAM diag. Yes. This is so nice. Testing. Whoa. Ah, of course. Yes. So. All right. Let's do that again.
New mail.
Okay. Checking with Hugo. Yeah, thank you, Steve. I just saw the order. Checking with Hugo for his repairs where we left some weeks ago. Where is the question mark? Yes.
New mail.
All right. Thank you, Frank. Really, thank you. Should I make a new video dropping it off? So I should craft some dual flop drive sets as well, because I sold 4, I think, last week. And I actually I thought I was creating some stock when I was crafting 4 pieces, because I sold 2, but at the same day I sold 2 more, so I need to make more of them. But I'm getting the hang of it, so won't be any problem. Thank you, Peter. I really love this corner. You can see this is my PC corner with the programming equipment. This is the HDMI display. This is the composite video display in RGB, and that one, the smaller one, is also composite video in RGB. But I use it for example, +3. It's card cable, RGB cables in it. And this is cool to check if everything is working properly, my composite video and HDMI as well. And this +2 board from Hugo had some nasty defects, and we're currently checking if it's completely stable for a couple of days even. So yeah, it will be completely new, Frank. I'll have the ByteDelight interface in stock here, a box full of them. So the interface already, only not the dual floppy drives. I'm not sure if it was on video. Yeah, it's on video. There's a lag, of course. Alright, so I'm chatting with Hugo at the moment. Tomorrow morning, and I will power power on this machine again, this +2, and keep it running for a day. And if it's perfect, I will send it back, because it took me so much time because of the new workplace. I promise you to ship it back for free without any costs. And I know some more people are waiting for repairs, even Dutch people. So I'm hoping they're not hearing this, because most probably they will also get on their knees and ask me to ship them back their repaired stuff for free. Not sure, we'll see. Okay, what are you doing in Holland, Peter? I'm curious. Okay, I'm almost finishing for today.
New mail.
Ah, okay. In Holland, yeah? They play internationally then? Ah, wait. You've been talking about that, I think, when we were in Cambridge. So who's playing in Holland then? Which British team? Manchester or something? I forgot, sorry. I know that PSV won the cup a couple of weeks ago. Ah, okay. And Holland? So Manchester playing Barcelona in Holland? You can definitely see I'm not completely up with soccer matches at the moment, tournaments. Sorry about that. I like watching it. My son likes it as well. So you're in the stadium then? And which stadium is it? Arena, maybe? Johan Cruyff? I'm not smoking, by the way, there's only paper. In case you would think, what am I doing? Alright, so guys, thank you for keeping me company. In a couple of weeks I will also exchange the camera for a better one, so the picture quality is better. There's a lot more light than you can see on screen at the moment. And West Coast near Germany. What? Which stadium is that? Nijmegen or so, the next stadium maybe. NEC. But they don't use those for tournaments, I think. Well, anyway. We'll speak about it later, okay? Thank you. And what I'm planning is doing live streams every Friday. Covering lots of different topics, not only repairs and production of new stuff, but also covering more exciting stuff like rare computers like Samcoupe and ZX80 and that sort of things. Well, I have a lot of work to do. See you next Friday then, I think. See you later, bye.